This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 19. Quench not the spirit, despise not prophesying. All right, first and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. You know, shalom to the hopeful believers, the listeners that have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, man. You know, by hearing his word, man. You know, we coming into a time, all right, where the left hand energy, you know, the left hand, all right, which is Esau Edom, you know, that's the power in which he rules this current world system with that left hand energy, you know, after his workings, all right, after the workings of Satan, man. You know, these are the children of Satan, you know, the adversary, you know. So as we get into the latter end, we know Esau is finna go all out, man. And we have to be within that same spirit, that same mind frame, you know. And we don't want to find ourselves neglecting the gift that is within us, you know, getting lackadaisical, you know, because we understand that we have the victory, but we have to also understand, all right, that we have a part to play, man. You know, that the part of the victory is us casting down these strongholds, man. You know, and pushing Yahweh Shai, exalting Yahweh Shai, man, in the latter time, man, all right, to the elect, you know. So, I say one of the things, you know, that can happen, which, you know, is easy, especially within Babylon, man, where everything is so convenient, you know, luxury and pleasures, and, you know, it's so easy to please the flesh, you know, it's easy to get distracted, man. You know, you can find yourself neglecting the gift that was bestowed upon us, man. You know? So, I want to go into these words in the Greek when you go into 1 Thessalonians 5 and 19, you know, when it says, quench not the spirit, you know? Because you go into the word quench, all right? It says to quench, to suppress, to stifle, you know? And that's something that we don't want to do, is to suppress and stifle the Holy Spirit, man. You know, because the scriptures say what the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You see, it's the flesh, all right, that's going to be your main hindrance, but the spirit is willing, you know. And what happens is the flesh will suppress the spirit. See, your spirit is always ready to do spiritual things, man. All right, to edify the church, man, to edify the brethren, man, to be around the brethren, man. You know, to read, to research, you know, whatever, all right, you need to do to benefit the body. The spirit is always willing to do that, man. And you can quench the spirit, you know, by catering to the flesh too much, man. You know, your spirit don't want to be around, all right, clubs all the time, man. Your spirit, you know, doesn't want to just sit and watch, you know, meaningless TV shows, man. You know, or sports all the time, man. You know, the spirit, you know, doesn't want to be, all right, chasing women, man. The spirit doesn't want to do those things, man. You know, but the flesh does, which everything is done in temperance. There's nothing wrong with doing any of those things, man. It's not a sin. You're not going off if you do those things, but you don't want to suppress the spirit by doing those things, man. You know, every brother has to find their own balance, you know, within themselves, man. What makes them, all right, complete, man, in the spirit. You see? But at the end of the day, we don't want to be to the point, all right, where we're suppressing the spirit, man. Let's get that word suppress, all right, on the Google, man. All right, suppress. It says forcibly put an end to, prevent the development, action, or expression of, feeling, impulse, idea, to restrain, you know. And we don't want to do that to the spirit, because when we come into the truth, there's a portion of Yahweh Shai that is put within us, you know, each and every brother, you know, and that portion of Yahweh Shai wants to please the Father, man, you know, wants to continue to please the Father. Now, we know we can't read 24 hours a day, do lessons 24 hours a day, you know. We can't research 24 hours a day. We can't be around the brother fellowshipping 24 hours a day, you know. But for most of our leisure time, it should be spent doing things in the spirit, you know. And there's always gonna be a time, all right, where you can do different things, you know, and you know, cater to your flesh, you know, and different things that are lawful, man. Because we have the liberty to do certain things, man. You know, we have that liberty and that understanding, man, and that balance, man. You know, because you don't want to be too over righteous, as well, man. You know, and you got to pray for that balance, you know. But you definitely do not want to suppress, all right, the spirit of Yahushua that dwells within us, man. You see? And you got to stop. You got to get to the point where you got to suppress the flesh, man, because the flesh on automatic, man. You see, the flesh it has no safety. You know, the flesh gonna ride, man. You know, it said despise not prophesying, man, because that's what we are to do, man. That's our main goal, is to prophesy to the children of Israel, man. Be watchmen, you know, prophesying the downfall, man, the condemnation of these heathens, man. You know, let's go from there. Let's get 1 Timothy chapter 4. In 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 12, it said, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity, man. You know, so at the end of the day, all right, as the Lord has set up his apostles and his prophets and his teachers, we are to be an example, man, you know, to the believers, man, you know, in word and in deed, man. You know, the way we carry ourselves, because conversation goes back to conduct, man, and charity, you know. And what's the main charity, man? Feeding the elect, man. You see, in spirit, in faith, and in purity, you know. So at the end of the day, you know, we have to remember to be an example, all right, to the flock continually, man. You know, and it can get hectic, you know, within Babylon, man. You know. And it says, verse 13, it said, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. All right. So reading is important. Is an important part of this ministry, man, because that's our source, man. You know, because when you read, that's when, all right, you're talking, all right, you having an actual conversation with Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right, because those are his words that are coming out of that book, man. You know, and it's coming at you. You know, and Yahweh Shai, if he sups with you, he gives you the understanding, man. You know, and it says, neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy and with the laying on of the hands of the presbytery, you know, which are the elders, you know, and they didn't have to physically lay hands on us, you know, but either you learn, all right, by watching the videos, you know, or you learn from a brother that learned from them, you know. But we all had this doctrine that came from one source, man, starting with our apostles and elders, their elders, going back to Elder Albert Bivens, man, you know, whom the Spirit was dealing with, man. You see? So we all had this gift, and the scriptures say neglect not the gift, man. You know, going to the word neglect, you know. You know, because it's easy to take things for granted, man. You know, after you have it, you know, for a while, you know, you'll grow a sense of entitlement. Like, yeah, I'm supposed to have this, you know, but not knowing this is a gift, man. And you don't realize it's a gift until it's too late, you know. And we don't want to get to that point, man. You know, speaking to myself chiefly, man. You know. All right. It says neglect. All right. In the Greek is amelio. All right. And it says to be careless of, to neglect, to make light of. All right. No regard, to be careless, man. And we don't want to be careless with this gift, man. You know, we do it with a bare minimum spirit, man. You know, we do it one day a week, you know, and then the rest of the day is your agenda, man. You know, and the scriptures say we're supposed to be prisoners and servants of Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. Prisoners and servants of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, we were bought with a price, man. You know, the scripture said we are not our own, man. You know, verse 15, and it says, meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. You know, meditate upon these things and give ourselves wholly to them, you know? So we got to have the periods where we just giving ourselves wholly to these things, man. And then it's going to manifest, man. You know, what you put in is going to manifest, man. You know, your spiritual development, you know, your reading, your studying, these things is going to manifest, you know, openly, man. You know, just the same as if you neglecting, if you suppressing the spirit, it's going to manifest openly, man. You know, your spirit going to be weak. You know, you really, all right, not going to have a lot to add, you know, to the ministry, you know, if you're not doing those things, man. You know, because I've been in that position, man. At camp, where you just ain't got the precepts for what brother's talking about, man. You know, because your spirit weak, man. You neglecting the gift, man. You know? So we don't want to fall victim to that, man. We got to be amped up and just all about this work, man. You know, according to the portion of faith, man. You know, and each brother's situation is different, man. You know? But it said, verse 16, take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. You know? Because you have believers, because everyone can't be teachers and prophets. You know, you have believers, all right, they are continually waiting on this word, man. Continually waiting to be fed, you know, with this understanding, you know. And we can't, you know, neglect. That's like neglecting the flock, man. That's why Yahweh Shai was big on telling Peter to feed the sheep. That's why he kept saying it, feed the sheep, you know, which is the elect, man. Those believers that listen and hear, you know, and have came back to the obedience, man. You know, at the end of the day, we just have to make sure, you know, that we not neglecting that gift, man. You know, we're not quenching the spirit, man. You know, we're not having the spirit vex, man. You know, like I say, just imagine, you know, if you came home every day and your woman had a friend, her loud ass friends over, you know, or you come home and she got a cousin, all right, in there smoking weed, listening to out there Young Dolph. Every time you come home, it's something, you know. You eventually you not gonna want to come home, man. You just gonna want to leave that whole situation, man. And that's how it is with the spirit, man. If the spirit is all he is all around, it's just madness, man. You know, if all the spirit just continually around madness all the time, man, you know, the spirit gonna be like, the hell with this place, man. I'm out of here, man. You know, he's not using me, man. You know? So we have to be mindful, you know, of these things, man. You know, as we journey to salvation, man. Which I say, I know I'm guilty of it, man. You know, and that's why, you know, I've been on it lately, man, because, you know, I had to just focus and balance myself in the spirit and just check myself, man. You know? But that was the point. Just wanted to go into that, and the Lord will, you know, brothers and sisters be edified, man. You know, sisters are edified, man. You know, but with that, once again, give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, that will answer our apostle LGMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.